Hello there! I am Chicken16 and today I will be talking about game mechanics I would add to Genshin Impact. None of these are criticisms of the game, just things that I think would be neat additions. Some would be direct gameplay elements such as new reactions, and others would kind of affect passive gameplay such as photography or skins. And without further ado, let's get into it. So, what I'm going to be talking about is definitely a topic of conversation within the Genshin community. That would be new reactions for the Geo and Animo elements. However, I would like to take this one step further and discuss things like three-way reactions and even physical reactions. Firstly, the hot button item, Geo reactions. At this point in time, the Geo element has only one reaction, which is Crystallize, which generates cores that apply a shield in a various element to your character. The reaction, which is not bad on its own if it didn't apply to all elements, and if the shields didn't break after one hit. So many people have proposed new ways to quote-unquote fix Geo, assigning it a reaction with each of the other elements. I personally don't think that Geo needs to be universally reactive like Hydro is. Dendro doesn't react with Cryo, and I personally don't feel like I'm losing any experience from that. I believe the same applies to Geo. With that in mind, the first new reactions I propose are Permafrost. A Cryo-Geo AoE effect. Permafrost is, for context, when the top soil freezes, and then it kills all the plants/critters that are living inside it. And secondly, Mud, a Hydro-Geo reaction that disorients and slows enemies, and maybe it'll mess with their targeting aim attack for, like, arrow users. I don't know. So let's take a little pause and move on to physical reactions, which has only one reaction, which is Shatter. So I would like to propose Quake, a physical Geo reaction that would duplicate the damage from one enemy to either 2 or 3 or however many enemies nearby. If this is applied to characters like Ito or other heavy damage characters, they would become absolutely unstoppable. Finally, three-way reactions. These kinds of reactions, while uncommon, do exist. They are Hyperbloom, which is Electro, Dendro, and Hydro, Shatter, which is Cryo, Hydro, and Physical, and Melt, which is Cryo, Hydro, and Pyro. I only have one more that I think should be added to that, and that would be Static, an Animo Electro Geo reaction that applies a bolt of damage to all enemies within a given area. I went a bit sparse on these reactions intentionally. They're just things that I think would be fun additions to the game. I'm in no way intending for them to become like an actual part or saying that this is like defined law. So, with that out of the way, I'm going to discuss possible co-op updates. I personally don't use co-op that much outside of occasional playing with friends and farming. However, I feel that there's a whole group of game mechanics that are being lost on us there. There is only one way to motivate the Genshin community, so I think a reward system that would be structured possibly similar to Battle Pass, where it's repetitive rewards, but guaranteed rewards, or the Teapot rewards, where you can only win them once, but the same idea where they're structured, but without, obviously, a pay-to-play version. For example, if you enter a player's world, and then that player enters your world, you could get primos or something, and this could be, like one of two ways, an either refresh rewards-based system, similar to the Battle Pass, to encourage continued co-op, or a set system that when you complete it, you either earn a wind glider or a weapon, something similar to the reputation rewards. Another co-op opportunity that I am fond of is a gift messaging system. Maybe you could get like a quote-unquote celestial box that you can drop things off in, where you can give anything from farmable materials to artifacts or, I don't know, some kind of random gift. I don't know if any of you guys have played Merge Dragons, but you can send a random gift to your online friends on that, so essentially something along. In terms of other updates, and also something that I personally feel shortchanged on, there are only like 3 expressions/poses in the picture mode. Like, of course, everyone gets the camera and you can time it right, but that really only works for especially expressive characters like Hu Tao or Kirara, whereas for many of the characters, aside from them, they're just kind of mellow. Their normal attack/movement is, well, cool, nothing super special, and also the same thing. So I think that the photography mode should get an update, with each character getting maybe a signature pose or some kind of action shot. I don't know. I think there's a lot to work with and a lot that could be done. Do I have to mention Traveler skins, or is that a given? Why aren't there skins for the Traveler? Could you imagine how cool it would be if we got a regional skin? Like, I'm a proud Traveler main, in case you couldn't tell by my level 90 Traveler. But like, I don't know. Hoyoverse has done a lot to update many of the starting characters, the first characters they released skins, as their skin building abilities have gotten better over time. Compare Albedo to the new Fontaine characters, it's remarkable. So, and many of those Mondstadt characters and early Liyue characters have gotten reskinned, so why not the Traveler, because they've been with us from day one. The last thing that I think would be an interesting game mechanic, hear me out, character food preferences. Some of the Genshin characters outright state that they have food preferences. For example, Lisa is a vegetarian and Chongyun doesn't eat spicy foods. So I think it would be interesting to add character allergies/sensitivities. It would make for funny and potentially frustrating gameplay. So maybe if you feed Chongyun something that is spicy food, maybe with Jaeun chili chicken or something along those lines, maybe he takes damage, or maybe the effect doesn't apply to him. And in the same vein, what if a character's favorite food applied a better effect to them? When a team with kitchen in it, maybe someone eats the fried shrimp balls and maybe all the effects are improved by 0.5%. Just food for thought. Get it? It's okay. Just save your laughter. I know we both thought it was funny. Anyways, yeah, apologies after the fact for a really rushed and crusty video. I lost all motivation halfway through making this, in case you couldn't tell. And if you didn't, pretend you didn't hear what I just said. Ignore it. Thank you to anyone who actually watched this. You're the real one for real, or you're stalking me, in which case, get a life. Love you guys. Have a wonderful day. Thank you for listening, and if you're interested, comment the things that you think should be game mechanics below. Adios.